Please tell me you don't need that done right away.
It'll keep a day or so. What's up?
Pentagon powwow, something about DOD payloads. Last minute, Space Alliance chief wants somebody along with heavy mission experience.
And you drew the short straw.
Yeah.
Is this an overnighter?
No such luck.
So then it's a pretty safe bet you won't be sitting beside me Thursday night.
The ballet benefit, damn. I'm sorry, Andrea. With all this rushing around, I forgot.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. I mean, you know, I'm sure I can find someone to go with.
I'll make it up to you.
Yeah?
I'll bring you something back from Washington.
Oh, you're gonna have to do much better than that. You know, for a man who travels light, you look like you're running away from home.
I'll talk to you in a couple days. Janet, I'll check in with you from Andrews. You got the itinerary? I'm out of here.
Okay. Have a nice trip. Colonel Lickert's office. Hi, Ellen. How long will you be in Washington? Through the weekend? Sure, I can arrange that for you. My pleasure. Okay. Bye-bye.
Well, did you find it?
No, it's not here.
Not here. Where in the hell is it?
Okay, stand by.
Just keep on digging.
I'll call you. Okay, Colonel Riles, Jeff Martin, president of E&P Industries.
Yeah, I know. I was expecting one of your chief engineers.
When NASA asked for someone to come down, I thought I should handle it myself.
Well, welcome to the Cape, sir.
Call me Jeff. I got that. So, Colonel Jack Riles, went to the Air Force Academy. Graduated near the top of your class. Trained near Nellis Air Force Base in Laughlin and Del Rio, right? I do my homework. You flew 31 missions in the Gulf War, took down 2 Iraqi fighters, piloted 4 shuttle missions, and you're in line to command. Pretty impressive, Jack.
Got it down pretty good there. It's even more detailed than my bio.
I like to know who I'm working with. Hey, what are you doing?
Oh, writing responses to questions from fourth graders in Brownsville, Texas. One's particularly interested in why Story Musgrave shaves his head. But in a little while, I get to send Shannon Lucid's pic and bio to women at the Sunset Plaza nursing home.
Hasn't been the best 2 weeks, has it?
Never a dull moment in public affairs.
Well, as soon as the flight surgeon gives you the clearance, she'll be back at it. You know that.
I don't know what I know anymore. But hey, at least they still let me book some time.
You'll beat it, Barbara. I know you will.
We're developing lattice chutes so we can carry the tonnage necessary to lift the larger modules of the space station into orbit. We've also redesigned the external fuel tank with an upgraded alloy, which allows us also to,
Jeff.
Andrea? How great to see you.
Why didn't you call? Let me know you were coming.
Well, I decided to bring down some specs to the space station hardware in person, and,
Jeff is my ex-husband.
Oh.
Actually, Krause has called an emergency meeting, and I'm late, so I gotta go.
Hey, maybe we could get together afterward?
I'd like that. See you later.
ex-wife, huh?
You're sure this is where you dug? I don't understand. How deep did you go?
A lot deeper than we had to.
Andrea, very good chance we'll have to cancel next week's ceremony.
Why?
Can't find it. Supposed to be next to pad 39B. Not there.
I'm going to inform 10 school children who are now grown taxpayers, one of whom's a state senator, that we've lost the time capsule that they planted to commemorate the moon landing. It's got to be somewhere. I mean, obviously it was moved.
39B was refitted for the shuttle program in the late 70s. Probably happened then.
Harry, I'd like to get into this myself, see what I can dig up. I mean, after all, it is my department that's going to have to explain how we can send a space capsule 200 miles up from a pad, but we can't find a time capsule that's buried 4 feet under it. Unbelievable.
Now, here's your connector node. See with the squared edge? Now, it's conceivable with this configuration, it could cause a torn glove during space station assembly phase.
Right. I understand what you're saying. We're taking care of the problem. And whatever it costs to retrofit, E&P Industries is going to eat the overages. We are as concerned as you are about astronaut safety.
We appreciate that, Mr. Martin, but our other concern is lost time.
That's why I came down to assure you that all of our energies are being focused on this problem.
Well, we were expecting one of your engineers to show up with a new prototype, not you with some more blueprints.
I know, Jack. We just want to get it right. You'll have it the day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow.
Engineering, Falsey. Yeah, hold on. Jack, it's for you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Riles. Mm-hmm. No, that's got to be a mistake. I'm not scheduled to fly tomorrow. Oh? Really? Yeah, right. Excuse me. You put in a request for a flight in a T-38?
I mentioned it to a friend in D.C., but I didn't get my hopes up. He said it would be next to impossible. Why?
Well, I just been assigned to take you up first thing in the morning.
In the morning?
Is that right? That's great. What? What's the problem?
Well, we were hoping to get you together with the design team first thing in the morning. Talk about delivery schedules.
Come on, don't worry about that. Be plenty of time for that. Do it right after the flight.
Barbara, I have something important I need for you to do. Go to personnel and get a file on an Ian Hartley. He was facilities manager from 77 to 87. They're expecting you.
All right.
I want to try and track him down, see if maybe he can help us on this time capsule thing. So get a phone number or an address. See what you can do.
Sure.
Hey.
Hey.
This is a surprise.
Oh, the door was open. I couldn't resist. Boy, you look great. A little thin, maybe, huh?
Oh, you always did know just the right thing to say. Even if you were lying most of the time.
Telling people what they want to hear doesn't make me a liar. It makes me popular.
Only in certain circles. How have you been?
Business is the same, only worse. Everyone wants it faster, cheaper, better, especially NASA.
Yeah, well.
I don't want to talk shop. Why don't we just go get a cup of coffee?
This hasn't been one of my better days. I have a lot of phone calls to return.
Well, how about dinner then? You still eat dinner, don't you?
Well, okay, there's about an hour's worth of work I have to plow through first.
All right, I'll
Okay.
just sit here quietly while you finish your work.
Okay. All right, fine. Let's go. I can't believe you're still pulling that same juvenile ploy after all these years.
I can't believe you're still falling for it. It's my office. Can I use your phone?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Actually, that'll give me a chance to get this fax off before we go.
Thanks. Hey, Bob, it's Jeff. How's it going up there? What about the DOD contract? Hey, I'm tap dancing like crazy down here. I told them the day after tomorrow. They have no idea how late the delivery's really gonna be. Just sew up the defense contract. I'll handle NASA.
Okay, ready?
Sounds great, Bob. I'll talk to you tomorrow. You really do look great.
You're unbelievable.
Is it your birthday?
Oh, no, Oh, just a thank you from an old friend.
Lovely. These are the updated flight schedules?
Oh, thanks, Janet.
Okay.
Any word from Washington?
Bull?
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't checked in yet.
Oh, guess he got tied up.
He can be paged if you need him.
Oh, no, that's okay, thanks. It's nothing urgent.
Oh, man, that was fantastic. Thank you, Jack. I really appreciate that. No problem. Hey, something wrong?
No disrespect intended, sir. But I never heard of a civilian getting cleared for a ride in a T-38.
An old Air Force buddy of my father's sits on the Senate Appropriations Committee. As a matter of fact, he called Harry Krause here at the Space Center. I'm having lunch with him as soon as I change.
With Krause. Great.
Hello?
Yes, I'm calling from the Kennedy Space Center. We're trying to locate Ian Hartley.
Wrong number.
I was given this as a current contact for him by the person...
Nobody here by that name.
Excuse me. We're out of luck with this Hartley guy. The only number we have is wrong.
What about an address?
If the number's wrong, the chance it is too.
Maybe not. Is it local?
Cocoa Beach.
Take a trip over there.
If you really want me to.
I really want you to.
Fine, I'll stop by my way in tomorrow.
Barbara, listen. I know you're not thrilled to be assigned here, and I'm sorry for that. The work here might seem unimportant to you.
I never said that.
You didn't have to. Bull asked for you to be placed here, and I agreed. But I expect you to bust your ass just as hard as you would for a mission. If you can't do that, then we will make other arrangements. Do we understand each other?
We do.
Good.
That's right. He still hasn't shown. Yeah, go ahead and put it up on the CAD cam and run another stress test. I'll keep you posted. Yeah. I can't wait any longer. I've blown most of my day as it is. What's with this guy, Jack?
I don't know. First it was his little ride in a T-38, and then he had to go to lunch. Promised me he'd be back here by 2 o'clock.
Yeah, well, he's already an hour and a half late. I gotta go. You know, I've had my entire staff waiting for him. What a waste. Look, if you ever hear from him, give me a call. We'll set up another meeting.
Yeah.
Jack.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for the flowers. They are beautiful.
Sure.
And, I really enjoyed dinner last night. I'm glad you talked me into it.
Used to be able to talk into anything. It was a sad day when I lost touch. What are you doing tonight?
Oh, the Orlando Society Fund is hosting a ballet benefit, and I have to go.
Oh, God, I love the ballet.
Right. Actually, I do have an extra ticket.
Come with me while I make one stop.
Okay.
Hey, sorry I'm late. That lunch just went on forever. Where's Falsey?
He couldn't wait any longer.
Oh, okay. Then I'll drop these blueprints and discs at his office, give him a brief rundown, and that ought to get the ball rolling. That work for you, Jack?
Not really.
Well, if there's any problem, we'll work it out in the morning.
We need answers.
And you'll get them, absolutely. If we're going to make that ballet, I got to get that tux. I'll pick you up at 6.
Perfect.
See you later.
Your ex is certainly a piece of work.
Yeah, roger that. Born salesman.
Yeah, is he ever on the level?
You know, I gotta get home and change. See you tomorrow, Jack. So, what do you think?
About?
The ballet.
Oh. The Bolshoi's got nothing to worry about, but, trip's not bad. Better than I expected down here.
Good to see you.
Don't you miss Boston?
Oh, yes and no. You know, leaving wasn't easy, but I couldn't pass up this opportunity. You know that.
Mm-hmm. So you happy here?
Yeah, I like my job. I have no regrets.
I remember when we were happy once.
Some of the time.
Most of the time.
Oh, you have a selective memory.
I don't know. Maybe if we were less ambitious, things might have worked out.
Right. You weren't about to slow down. I mean, sure, maybe if I'd been willing to stand in your shadow.
Oh, it was all my fault, I know.
It was nobody's fault. It's just... We tried. It wasn't right. Well, shall we go in?
Mm-hmm.
Stirring melts the ice, makes it watery. Now, if you're going to stir, you water it without ice. Not having a good time these days, are you?
Afraid I'm not, Sweets.
Gordo Cooper used to say the hardest part about being an astronaut was on the ground.
At least Gordo Cooper got to be an astronaut.
I've been watching them come and go from behind this bar for a long time, Barbara. I can tell if they got the right stuff. You're gonna be just fine.
Thanks, Sweets. Hey, Sweets.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard of a guy named Ian Hartley?
Yeah, sure. Facilities guy. Used to come in here all the time. Everybody liked Ian. Felt sorry for him the way it ended.
What do you mean?
Guy lived for it like a lot of them do. And when they said it was time to hang it up, he took it personal. I guess that's the the way it goes, isn't it? Gets in your blood. Everybody liked Ian.
I think I'll have another Coke without ice.
Joe! Now you're talking. All right.
No, believe me, it's like one psychodrama after another with these girls.
Poor Jeff. Maybe you should try dating women for a change.
It's a good idea. Did you have anyone in mind?
I'll make us some decaf.
What about you, Ms. Weiler? You seeing anyone?
Not at the moment. There have been one or two in the recent past. Men, not boys. Actually, there is someone I'm interested in. But he's a colleague and, well, it's complicated.
Well, what would Mr. Someone say if he knew you were dating your ex?
He'd probably say join the club.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said that going out once or twice for old time's sake is not dating, wise guy.
Oh. This is nice. Hanging out with you. Thanks for taking in a lonely out-of-towner.
Knowing you, I'm sure you're never lonely for very long.
Did I mention you look stunning?
Mm-hmm. Twice.
I've missed you, Andrea. More than I knew.
This is not a good idea.
I've missed everything about you.
Maybe you should go.
I'll go if you can tell me there's no chemistry between us.
Whatever our problems were, Jeff, we never lacked for chemistry. What about the coffee?
Make a fresh pot in the morning.
Oh, gosh.
Yes?
Mr. Hartley.
Who are you?
Barbara DeSantos, KSC Public Affairs Office.
You have the wrong place.
You were facilities manager.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You wore this badge to work for almost 40 years.
Leave me alone.
Mr. Hartley, we could really use your help. There's a time...
Now they want my help?
If I could just explain.
Maybe if they'd given me a halfway reasonable explanation why I was suddenly no use to them, I'd be a little more inclined to hear you. Good day, miss. I'd appreciate it if you didn't bother me anymore.
Take a look. The specs on the modified prototype are fine as far as they go.
What's the problem?
We need a retrofitted sample for testing.
Martin promised he'd have the prototype here by the end of the day today.
I'll believe that when I see it. Apparently, he's got his hands full at the moment.
What are you talking about?
friend of mine in Washington told me that ENP Industries has been bidding on a major Defense Department contract.
You think he's overextended?
I don't know, but something doesn't feel right.
Your friend have a name?
Okay, that's how you feel. What do you know?
How you been, Sweets?
Still pouring. Usual?
You remember?
If I didn't remember, I'd lose my customers.
I haven't been here in 10 years, Sweets.
Well, you're here now, aren't you? Sure not the same, that's for sure.
Haven't paid much attention either way.
Now, that's a bunch of crap, and we both know it, don't we?
Some woman from NASA came looking for me.
Barbara DeSantos.
That's right.
Astronaut candidate.
Astronaut?
Medical suspension. They stuck her in public affairs until they can decide if they're going to wash her out. Hope you were nice to her. She's been through a lot.
Any idea what they want?
Something about a missing time capsule. They think you might know where it is.
Time capsule? Must be the one at 39B.
You're late.
Better late than never.
Bull, when did you get back?
A couple hours ago.
How was Washington? You look beat.
Well, meetings went all right. Pentagon has renewed interest in flying dedicated shuttle missions.
How did you and Ellen get along?
How did you know Ellen was in Washington?
I overheard Janet talking to her on the telephone. What's going on? You two getting back together?
Andrea, Ellen has filed for divorce.
What?
She took the kids to D.C. for a school trip that she never told me about. The irony is that she tried to have the papers served here while they were gone, never expecting for me to be there. I found out when I got back.
Oh, Bull.
Typical of our lack of communication.
Are you going to contest it?
No. Marriage is over. I just want the proceedings to be as civil as possible for Randy and Michelle's sake.
I'm really sorry.
Listen, if you're not doing anything later, I'd thought maybe I could make it up to you for missing the ballet.
Andrea, you ready? I'm sorry, I didn't know you're still busy.
Oh, she's not. She's not. I'll catch up with you.
Actually, Jeff, this is the head of our astronaut office, Bull Eckert.
Jeff Martin.
Oh, yeah, ENP Industries.
And, as it happens, my ex-husband.
Oh.
Yep. Well, everyone's entitled to one mistake.
Yeah.
Our reservation's at 6.
Yeah, I better get going. Nice to meet you, Jeff.
To meet you.
All right, buddy.
See you tomorrow.
Shall we go?
Yeah, let's go.
Mr. Hartley,
Oh, Mr. Santos.
you said on the phone you had something to say.
I'm glad that you came. Please, come in. I wanted you to come here because I owed you an apology. You were just doing your job. But I also wanted you to see this. I started out in crane maintenance during Gemini. There I am with John Glenn. I never planned on staying. You know, I was a kid, had big plans. Then I saw my first launch. Became a crane operator, then foreman, overseeing gantry construction.
Is that President Kennedy?
Yeah, he signed it for me. Moved over to the NASA side when Apollo kicked in. Made deputy director of facilities operations in '75. Facilities manager 2 years later. I knew every square inch of every building and gantry in the whole damn place.
It's quite a career.
Early in '87, my supervisor suggested I consider taking early retirement. The package was good. They were cutting back. I said no. What was I going to do? He made it clear in so many words that no wasn't the right answer. So much for experience, huh?
I'm sorry.
Yep, so am I. Sweets told me what they did to you. We have a lot in common. I knew you'd understand why I won't help them.
I don't think we have very much in common at all, Mr. Hartley. I'm not happy about my status, that's for sure. It stinks. But I'm gonna fight like hell to turn it around. And I know one thing NASA's not. They're not petty. They're not vindictive. Where there are people, there are politics and agendas, and maybe you got caught up in some ones. But that's not the program. Those men and women give their lives to it just like you did. They eat it and breathe it and have pictures on their walls too. But for you to hold what happened to you against them, that's petty, Mr. Hartley. That's vindictive. I don't know who you think you're punishing by not helping us, but it sure as hell isn't whoever forced you to retire. It's them. Every one of them. The Cape will continue.
Okay, I'll let you know as soon as I hear anything. Okay, bye. Hey.
Hey, the guy who was Ian's deputy passed away last year. I have a line on a secretary in that department. It's possible Ian might have told her something about it. If that doesn't work out, I'll start in on construction.
Good job. Public Affairs, Weiler. Yes, she is. Just a minute. Barbara. It's for you. Ian Hartley.
I don't know how you guys get any work done with this weather down here. Do you know what it's like in Boston today? Jack, you got privileges in any golf courses down here?
I don't want to talk about golf. I don't want to talk about the weather. I want to know what's happening with those connectors. You've been down here for 2 days, and you haven't given me a straight answer yet.
Wait a second. Take it easy. Everything's fine.
You all give us a minute, please.
All right, you heard.
All right.
Thank you. I'm gonna lay it on the line for you. We know your company's bidding a multi-million-dollar job with the DOD. Spoke to a contract administrator at the Pentagon. Tells me the closing of your deal is contingent upon the on-time delivery of your contract with us.
Listen, we fell a little bit behind in the retrofit.
No more crap. You're not delivering anytime soon, are you?
Well, we had to retool. That's time-consuming and expensive. Now, we got a second shift on the job. We're going to be caught up in a matter of weeks.
Weeks? When are we going to come clean with that? After you nailed down the DOD contract?
Jack, I'm a manufacturer. Contracts are what keep me afloat.
So you made a big show of coming down here in person to deliver the modified specs to buy yourself a little time, huh? If you'd been honest with us, we would have worked with you. Building a space station's a team effort.
Thanks for doing this.
Don't just stand there. Get in.
I think we need to get clearance first.
It's okay, Mr. Santos. Mr. Hartley doesn't need a pass.
Thanks, Jack. Good seeing you again. '79, we began converting the pad from Apollo to the shuttle. I had engineering dig up the capsule and relocate it temporarily, just in case it got damaged. Always figured to be around when we put it back. Your capsule is 3 stories below us.
The catacombs. I'd always heard about these. There were evacuation tunnels used for Apollo.
This was an escape route if the astronauts ever had to evacuate the pad. It was designed so the tallest one would have exactly 1 inch of headroom with his helmet on. This is the blast-proof chamber. The floor is built on a spring. If a blast was imminent, astronauts could activate the oxygen canisters in that cage and strap themselves to these seats. They'd enter from over here.
Wow.
This is the rubber room. This Teflon slide goes all the way up to the mobile launch platform at the 95-foot level. The astronauts would come down the slide, roll onto the rubber floor, head through the hatch, and lock it up. We left a few things down here for safekeeping during the pad conversion. Guess after all the layoffs, the honchos must have forgotten about this place. I believe it's right over here. Here it is.
Mr. Hartley, thanks for your help.
It doesn't change anything, you know. Well, maybe a little.
How's it going?
Hey, lots of paperwork. Come on in.
Hey, I'm a pretty good judge of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I come down here thinking I'll play a little one-on-one with some self-absorbed jet jockey astronaut. Slam dunk, I think. Boy, did I underestimate Jack Riles.
What happened?
I could use your help, Andrea. Maybe you could run a little interference for me?
There's nothing I can do. Nothing I will do.
Well, maybe you could just try...
Stop. The last couple of days have stirred up a lot of old feelings for me, and I would hate to think that you were just using me.
God, it's not that way at all. You gotta believe me. The attraction was very real.
Was it?
Yeah. You know, whatever went wrong with us, I've got a lot of wonderful memories.
Good. So do I.
And after the last couple of days, I've got a few more. I don't want you to be sorry for that. I know I'm not.
Okay.
You're right about this thing. I shouldn't have asked you for help. I gotta handle it myself. And that means going to Washington for some serious damage control. After I get this thing resolved, maybe you want to come up to Boston for a weekend.
I don't think that would be wise.
Okay.
Hey, Jeff. Take care of yourself.
Yeah. You too.
On July 20th, 1969, Neil Armstrong set foot on the moon and immortalized that deed with the words, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Today, 2.5 decades later, we find ourselves gathered here to open the time capsule that was planted by you as grade schoolers to commemorate the amazing accomplishments of that team of dedicated men and women who made that moment in history possible. But before we do, there's someone that I would like to introduce to you who was a part of that original team. Someone who was here from the beginning and, although now retired from NASA, will always be a part of it. Ian Hartley, will you please step up here and accept our heartfelt appreciation?
Thank you.
I have a confession to make. When I thought you were in Washington with Ellen, I was, well, jealous.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I felt the same way when I saw your ex.
Good.
Any chance of you two getting back together again?
No.
Good. Oh, missing the ballet.
Oh. And they say it's the thought that counts. Thanks.
What do you say that I take you to dinner? You free?
Free as a bird.
Me too.
Let's go.
Next time on The Cape.
We've lost contact.
Silence from the space station.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Leads to a mission to re-establish contact. But what they discover...
Oh my God. Commander Gorcha is dead.
Threatens the lives of NASA's finest.
Hey, he's lost his mind. He's crazy.
Next time on The Cape.